on Periscope, YouTube, and Twitch, everybody. But right now we are about to queue up, get live on fucking Facebook, and then we'll fucking actually make this fully happen. But of course, as I say every podcast before it starts, Facebook has an inferior streaming ability, everybody. Even if you're on the highest quality, not on the laptop, it still is fucking 720. It's a bunch of bullshit. Boom, boom, bam! We are live on Facebook, everyone. Oh my god! The fourth wall after hours podcast, you guys. I'm here with a very funny Keaton McNown. Keaton McNown, everybody. Thanks for being on the fucking podcast, man.
I'm fucking happy too.
I'm fucking stoked, dude. I wanted this man on the podcast for many reasons, but mainly because very funny man, and also because this man used to be a fucking mover, a foreman in a moving company, correct?
Oh yeah, dude. I was the
fucking
captain.
Dude, the lead, the head dick, if you will, right?
I had to have a big dick, dude.
You have to. That's how. By the way, most people don't know this. In order to be the best mover possible, you have to have an enormous penis.
I lucked out, dude. I just happened to be there at the right time. Dick's looking good. Employees are scared. There's no HR department. What are we gonna do?
Dude, that is one of the truest things. Moving is one of the last fucking professions where it's just like this is only men. Men doing fucking manly dude, bullshit.
Okay, funny story for you.
Oh,
so the company I worked for was you know very publicized.
Yes.
College hunks hauling junk.
College hunks hauling junk.
And they used to tell me stories that at one point there was a hunkette.
No shit. They actually had a female mover?
She walked off the job.
Also, we do apologize how sexist this will probably get.
It's going to get bad.
And also, apologize again for how late this started. I attempted to move all the equipment into the main room because we wanted to stream at higher quality, and then none of it worked, and it really fucked up. So here, we're starting way too fucking late, you guys, but nevertheless. Okay, so I actually fucking did a long fucking 9-hour shift before I came in here and hosted the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mic. Keaton did the 9 and 10 o'clock mic, and now we're fucking here. And like, that's just one of those things. Like,
just a laughter trap.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what, man? It's one of those jobs where you get to a point where you're not even fucking tired anymore. Like you move past a level of exhaustion that you didn't think fucking existed. You know what I'm talking about?
Dude, it's interesting because it's like it might be the worst job I've ever had.
Yeah. You know what? I'll firmly and fucking agree with that because it's like I kind of love it.
I loved it, dude.
I love fucking doing it because right now you're working in a full office job right now, right?
Yeah, I'm doing white collar shit, and I don't respect anyone I work with. Every time I hear someone coming the coffee's a little weird today. Could you wash it better at night? Like, you're a 38-year-old man. You can make your own coffee, bro. Like, there's people out there fighting for survival, and I'm out here making your coffee for you.
Oh my god, dude! I know,
dude. Like moving people's shit is one of the most interesting things because the company I worked for, they literally were able to like sell you on the idea of how beneficial you are to the individual,
right?
How beneficial you are to the person who's moving. And it's true.
Yeah.
Because when you're moving someone, you're moving them for very specific reasons. You're moving them because they're amicably moving. Which is everyone's consensual, everyone's moving.
Right.
Or you're moving people because some shit went down.
Oh, dude, I've had some full-blown domestic violence.
Dude, for real. Man. Like, I have to get out of here tonight by 5 p.m. because my boyfriend's coming home at 5 and I need my shit gone. Yeah,
dude, some stuff where the cops should be also involved in this.
And you're like,
and
she's just letting it all out, and you're just like, I'm not a lawyer. Dude. I'm here to lift stuff and put it back down. That's the extent of my experience. And it's so difficult to try to be as humble and welcoming to someone's emotional distress while you're trying to wrap her armoire.
Dude. Yeah, and they're distraught most of the fucking time. Or even if you're not even moving them out of a potentially fucking domestic violent like situation. Most of the time when women are moving, or at least really anal retentive women, I guess, they're always like at the end of their fucking rope, dude. They're like, especially people that haven't moved a lot.
Well, that's what's really interesting is you reach people who they either have a plan or they don't have a plan.
Oh yeah,
and it comes across really early. And when you see it start to fall apart, it comes across on the movers, which isn't really fair because you're really just there to move their stuff.
Right, and you become like a surrogate fucking whipping boy in an odd way.
It's really hard to keep your composure because that whole false saying of the customer's always right, which is absolute bullshit.
Joe knows McNown gets it. On Joe, girls moving. Good luck to them. Joe, did you ever hire a girl? By the way, but continue with what you're saying.
Please tell me you did, Joe. I got a funny fucking story for you. Like it's funny though because people are such an emotional time, vulnerable time, and it really is like. We literally had like a woman in a bathrobe and you're moving her stuff. Yeah. And she's like, if you boys have any questions for me, I'll be in the shower.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. The like that, it seems so cliche. It seems so like we're setting up for a porno. But, dude, there's been moments where it's just like this middle-aged housewife thing. Her beta fucking husband is off working or something like that.
Okay.
So many beta husbands I ran into. Oh, my God. The most cuckiest of cucks.
No offense. Okay, no offense to the beta male out there. You have your place in society, too. That's serving me my coffee. But I literally watched a husband and wife. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's me and one other dude loading a U-Haul. So we're not even bringing in our own truck. So they
labor only shit, right?
So they did the truck. We're bringing the labor. They didn't have a plan. They didn't have blankets. They didn't have ratchet straps. They didn't have a rope.
Right.
And I'm watching this 50-year-old couple, and the wife is just going, "You fucking idiot!
Oh shit! Like
can you do anything right?
Oh my God!
We're moving today." Oh, no. I mean, we're moving today. Can you do anything right? And me and this other guy, the other guy's maybe 20, 6 years younger than me, and he's looking at me, and I'm just like, don't fucking make eye contact. Like,
if you make eye contact, you'll be brought into it.
Just don't. But the worst part was this beta male husband comes over, and he tries to make like a casual joke to slide it off because she's embarrassing him in front of strangers. And
and emasculating him like a motherfucker.
And it's really sad to watch, but he comes over, he's like, I wish you guys could load her up and take her with you. And I'm like, this is your fault.
Don't you rope us into this, okay?
Don't you ever try to make this seem like it's okay. Go in there, tell her you don't fucking talk to me like that in front of people, okay? I'm a human. Treat me like a fucking human.
Dude, not even like a fucking like put your woman in her place thing. Dude, that's just I'm a fucking human. Treat me like a fucking person.
If anyone talks to you like that in front of people, it's like, how can you... This is how she talks to him in front of people.
Dude, imagine,
how can you imagine how she talks to him behind closed doors? You think their dirty talk's dirty? It's sexy? It's not. It's fucking belittling. It's crazy to me.
That's a fucking guy that he doesn't get pegged because he enjoys it. That man gets pegged because she makes him. All right, this isn't a knock on men who enjoy pegging. By the way, you do you, boo.
Who doesn't enjoy that?
Who doesn't enjoy getting pegging every now and again? But dude, not because he likes it, but because he has to do it. Hold on, let me fucking. I gave Lauren E. Thomas a try, but never sent her on a job. Oh no shit. She passed the strength test. She was like 5'9", 135 pounds, which is a decent sized woman. Good shape. I think she could have done the job. But girls, I've never seen one.
Dude, I know some strong women.
Oh yeah, I try to get my friend Jen to move out here all the time, and I'm like, I'll get you a moving job. She's she's like 5'7", but she's also like 145, like just strong as a motherfucker.
It doesn't matter, man.
In a workhorse, she's like a fucking fitness chick.
It's not even a matter of physical strength. It's just about a willingness to accept the job for what it is. What it is a workhorse. You're doing some belittling, unfortunate shit where you're just moving people's stuff, regardless of location, regardless of meticulous nature of what they're expecting, and you just do it. And unfortunately, it seems like guys are just a little bit more willing to put aside self pride, and just be like, okay, yell at me. I once had a woman, dude, a 12 by 8 foot Persian rug for 45 minutes, moving it like this. It was like, shake it.
Right.
You'd shake it and then you move it and she'd be like, oh, it's a little too far to the right. Maybe 8 inches more to the left. And you move it, then you'd move it 9 inches. And she'd be like, an inch back to the right. And you're like, look, you want your house perfect. I want your house perfect. I want to be the best I can be. But please, it's been 8 hours and I haven't had lunch.
Oh, dude, that's the worst too. When it's one of those things where It doesn't matter if you're like an endomorph mesophil. It doesn't matter. Body type doesn't matter. Like ability to hold in nutrients doesn't matter. If you haven't eaten all day and you've been physically exerting the fuck out of yourself.
Yeah.
You're like today, towards the end of the fucking move, like this woman wanted us to move. We put all these boxes in one fucking room. And then she went, you know what? Actually, my parents are sleeping in this room and I forgot. Can you move all? And every box we moved into that room was book boxes. So then we have to move them all the way to another fucking room. And that was just the last thing I remember her fucking being meticulous about, man.
The thing about it is, this really interesting is like, people can be meticulous. People can be expecting. People can do what they need to do to try to get the house in order. Right. And I respect that. But the thing about it is, there also has to be at least a fundamental understanding that these people are working for you. They're doing their best. They're trying to set stuff up on time and in the way you want. Yeah. And when people don't really recognize that, that's where you get this animosity. Yeah, that's
and when you get the look in their eyes that they don't give a fuck, when then it's like you're not their gopher. You know what I mean? Like you get that fucking feeling that these people are just now, they're not seeing the fact that you're literally drenched in sweat, that you're physically exhausted, that you've been there for 9 hours. I know. Today I had an incredible thing happen. This woman who very clearly, like maybe towards the end, she got a little bit sentimental or sympathetic, I should say. But at one point, when she started to ask us to move all these book boxes, her father was there, and he gave us this look, and then he looked at his daughter and went, "You want him to move them all into that room?" And then he looked real sad. And kind of because he was looking at us and we're sweating, covered in dirt and shit. And then, dude, as I'm rounding the corner, this old man has picked up a box and was trying to help us. And I was just like, no. I was like, man, come on. I was like we'll do this. You paid us. I was like, have a seat, man. But I love that this man's just had this moment of realization that his daughter had no empathy for us. And he was just like, these fucking poor dudes, man. They were working their dicks off.
He understood. Okay, I got a story for you. Oh, and this is this is my favorite story from working as a mover of all time. And we not only did moving services, we also did garbage removal and thrift store removal.
Oh, so you had to do a bunch of shitty shit. Oh, well, hauling junk. Okay, so you had to actually do disposal shit.
But one day, me and one other guy, we went to a guy's house to do a landscape removal job.
That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
It sounds pretty easy considering the other shit we used to do is like,
okay, well, that's
pine cones. I got this, bro. I got pine cones.
Right, and you. Oh, by the way, to remind the people, you moved in Bend, Oregon, correct?
Yeah, so I'm from Bend, Oregon, and Bend, Oregon's a really interesting place because it's a very wealthy but doesn't want to acknowledge it town that.
Interesting. Okay. Which seems kind of oddly Western to me. I feel like there's a lot of those towns here in the West,
it's like that. So basically it was a fucking truck stop.
No shit. Okay.
It was a truck stop between Klamath Falls and the Dalles, which is furthest south you can get, furthest north you can get
in Oregon, right?
On either side of the Central Oregon.
Okay, gotcha.
So Bend was it was a logging town. They had has the Deschutes River running through it, and it was basically developed into being a resort town, a skiing resort, a biking resort, an outdoors all-inclusion, anything you could want. And so it's very popular right now for having people from California, or any people who are already established in their lives and be able to work telecommute and live there.
Gotcha.
But I'm working for me and this other guy, Chris. We get called in to do this job for this old man.
Okay.
And we show up, and basically it was supposed to be a landscaping job. Okay. And at first, it's this little old dude. I had to say 84 to 160 years old.
Could have been an immortal.
And he was really old. You go into his house, he had a pony from one of those merry-go-round rides in his living room.
Oh,
and if that doesn't tell you how old he is, I don't know how to explain it to you. But he
vintage 1800 shit.
One of the nicest guys I ever met in my life. But basically, all he needed us to do was move some of his stuff up into the attic and move some of his wife's stuff down from the attic. And so we did it. We moved stuff around. We raked up his lawn. We did everything. And then at the end, I'm the foreman, so I had to go over and be like, all right, we had 2 hunks for 2 hours.
You had to call yourselves hunks.
We had to. It was a requirement.
You guys, okay, well, keep going.
We had 2 hunks for 2 hours. That's $200 or whatever.
Yeah.
How would you like to pay?
Yeah.
He's like, I can't pay.
Oh, shit.
I don't have any money. My wife took all my money. I'm pretty sure she's leaving me. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Holy shit, dude.
And then he just left it there to hang.
Just stared at you.
And he just literally went.
So you did all the work and then he went.
And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, what do you do? Yeah.
So I called the assistant manager and I'm like, okay, here's
the situation.
Here's what's up.
Yeah.
We have a 199-year-old man here who doesn't know how to pay for the services we just provided.
Oh my God.
And he's like, well, why don't you guys just put this shit back up in the attic? And I'm like, he's about to die on the floor. I can't morally do this to this man.
Right.
He's like, well, try to find out if he has any other means of payment. Does he have a credit card? Does he have a checkbook?
Right.
And so I talked to him and I'm like, okay, what do you have that we can make some sort of like mutual grounds on this?
Right.
And he was like, I don't know. My wife set this up, but I really don't know where she is right now. And I was like, do you have her phone number? He's like, yeah, you could call her phone number, but she's probably not going to answer. She never answers when I'm trying to call. I think that's why she doesn't love me anymore.
Oh my God.
And I'm looking at the other guy just like, what? And at one point, it gets to the point where he's just like, look, okay, my wife's leaving me.
Right.
We're not in love anymore. She's trying to help me clear out the attic so I can move out. I don't know where she is. I don't know how to pay for this. She has all my money. I'm pretty sure she's at IHOP.
She's at IHOP.
I swear to hand to God. He says, I'm pretty sure she's at IHOP.
Yeah.
She likes to go to IHOP and hang out with one of the servers named Jeremy. You could call IHOP and ask for Jeremy if you really want to get her credit card information. And I'm like, 3 for 3, let's go for broke. I guess I'm calling IHOP.
And asking for Jeremy, a guy that she's definitely fucking. For sure fucking that guy.
I'm picturing an 80-year-old woman just giving up that pussy for some 23-year-old pancake chef at IHOP.
Some creepy motherfucker that's just like trying to get himself a fucking widow or something.
But
oh my God.
So anyway, I call IHOP.
Of course you did.
I'm just trying to help this old man out.
Yeah.
And I call IHOP and I'm like, okay, is Jeremy working? They're like, hold on a second. He's really busy with the pancake orders. And eventually he answers the phone. He's like, what's up? This is Jeremy.
So how young was this dude?
Dude, he sounded like 23 just off of coming down off some E. And I was like, okay, look, man, do you know Barbara, whatever? Like, I'm just trying to get her credit card information. He's like, nah, she was here like an hour ago, but I don't know where she went. And I fucking hung up the phone.
No one knows where this bitch is.
And I was like, I'm not going to try to track down some film noir pancake artist to try to figure out. Because you know that's what he calls himself. It's like, I'm not a chef, dude. I'm a pancake artist. I do this shit for real.
It's artisanal pancakes, motherfucker.
And I basically just told the guy, I was just like, I got it.
Yeah.
And I left him with the check, but I went back to the office, and when everyone's sitting in the office, like, what the fuck happened? I was like, let me tell you a fucking story.
Let me tell you this tale. Okay, that's just to break that down. This is the saddest shit I've ever heard. Probably, right? This dude is definitely gonna die soon. So really, how hard can you fucking push him, right? And then his wife is leaving him for some fucking pancake bro. It's just. That's the saddest shit I've ever.
And he was just so humble. He was just like, I don't know where she is.
Man, you never know when you're gonna go, you know. But at the same time, like, if I live to be that old, and whoever I've spent, I don't know,
dude, the cherry on top, the cherry on top of everything
there was more.
Was he around his house? He was a PhD certified biochemical engineer.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
So he had plaques on his walls, all his doctorates and shit. Jesus Christ. And I leaned to the dude when we got in the car. I was just like, That goes to show you, it doesn't matter how much you study, she's still gonna fuck you for a dude who works at IHOP.
Oh my god, man. Oh, dude, that's almost such a fucking testament to just, I think people in general. I feel like that story has so many layers.
It was a beautiful house too.
Dude, okay,
She had
so the
another
guy's
5
fucking
years, he was dead, just hanging in there.
That's so fucking sad and fucked up, dude. That's so fucking funny, though. Like, you're towards the end of your life, you've worked your entire life, you've studied, what is a PhD in biochemical engineering?
Yeah.
Dude, you gotta be a fucking brilliant motherfucker to do that.
And he was really there. He was cooperative until it came to money. And I was like, he's either fucking with us or this chick's a whore.
I wonder if he even had any anxiety about it as you guys are moving this stuff. Like, well, I don't know where Deborah is, so I don't know how I'm going to pay for any of this.
They're almost done. I don't know what I'm going to do.
She's still not back from my hops from getting the dick from Jeremy.
Fucking Jeremy. Of course it was Jeremy, though. You know Jeremy, he's got a hemp necklace and he's fucking a mushroom on the tip, and he's fucking like...
Tons of bracelets, too. An excessive amount of bracelets. You know he did, dude.
Fucking Jeremy.
Dude, that's so fucking terrible, man. Okay, I want to talk also about just the brutality of what you have to do as a mover. Like, I think a lot of people don't realize how, like, next level Navy SEAL you have to push your fucking self to. And that sounds so fucking silly until you're in the shit. And also, it's the bond you form with other movers as well, who's been in the shit with you.
For real,
dude.
though.
It's like it's literally brothers of war.
When you're in that truck, 3 hours of moving people's shit, you're doing that 20-minute drive across town to the next place.
Yeah.
And you guys all kind of just look at each other like, she's a real cunt, wasn't she?
But you know what? That's almost. Like not that it's seldom that you even have to talk shit about customers, because for the most part I feel like a lot of people are pretty fucking cool.
No,
right?
people are rad majority of the time.
Right.
But it's that one person
Yeah.
in your week. Because when you're doing 5 days a week moving people's furniture, it all blends together.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to take care of it. And they're like, please be sure you're taking care of this. It's like, no, your stuff was the one I was going to not be sure was safe.
Yeah, we wanted to fuck you in particular.
It's
tip situations. I want to talk about that too, because it's like, did you notice a correlation between how particular someone was and how they didn't fucking tip or how low they tipped? Did you ever notice that? Maybe that's just specifically. Oh, really?
Absolutely.
I'm glad I'm not the only one noticing that particular correlation.
It's a mode of affluence.
It's fair.
You have $1,000 tab.
Yeah. Which is absurd.
20% is $200 tip.
Yeah.
You're not going to tip that.
Yeah, of
What
course.
you are going to do is you're going to slip every guy who worked for you $20.
Yeah.
And you know what that is?
Yeah.
That's lunch and gas home.
Yeah.
And that's all I could ever ask for.
Right.
Some people, they'd give you 12. 12 for everybody, for 4 people.
Oh, dude, I've had that happen before, man. It's so sad too, because sometimes I felt so bad being the fucking crew leader, coming back to my dudes who are folding up the blankets in the fucking truck and packing stuff. Dude, yeah. Dude,
that's my favorite part, though. That's that little bit of meditation and peace at the end of the day where it's like,
oh, yeah. You know what? Going
blankets.
back now to being a fucking crew member and not being a fucking
I don't have to
crew
worry about
leader.
anything. They sign
Dude,
the check.
I know. They're
done.
out there, and I'm just like, folding, fucking ratchet strapping things. Like, you know, it's just so
well, it's just
over
it's absurd to the most extreme points. Like, oh, sorry. It's absurd to the most extreme points because like we would move people from $3 million homes and we, like a 8 by 6 foot piece of art that at one point you're trying to like, okay, sir, do you have a box?
Yeah.
A pallet or anything this thing is supposed to go and be put into? And he's like, nah, just wrap it up. And I was like, okay, how much is this valued at? Yeah. He's like, $3,500. I was like, my life isn't worth $3,500.
Dude, what was your guys' insurance limit? You may not remember the exact number, but I do remember a few times having the conversation with a few clients from Joe's moving days, where it was like, we can't take this because this one item is worth more than all of our insurance.
We would contractually obligate them to signing off on that shit.
Oh, the insurance waiver kind of thing.
Yeah, we would basically be like, over a certain amount, you sign off for. We would give you like 20% of the value of this item.
We had a non-responsibility waiver. In other words, it's like, listen, we can move this fucking marble sculpture that you purchased, which is also, oh, by the way, I don't want to name names on this particular podcast. I only do it in my act. But one of our most really famous fucking clients that we had to move had a lot of these just absurd sculptures and fucking stuff. Like, we'd always have to move from a storage unit up. And it's like, there's no good way to wrap this bullshit.
No, if it's priceless, it's priceless. Dude, I move people's shit because Bend, Oregon, people are moving there with millions of dollars ready to go.
Right.
And so people are moving in there. They're building the houses of their dreams, where I literally moved people into houses that had secret chambers and escape exits. Open up fucking bookcases. You go through a tunnel to the garage.
That's actually fucking cool. That's cool.
No, if I had
if I had $3 million,
$3,000, I'd do it, dude.
Yeah.
But it's such a level of excess, and that's what's so interesting. You go from that one day, and then the next day you're moving a single mom from a 2-bedroom apartment, and I couldn't care more than making sure this woman's shit is taken care of.
Oh, for sure, man. It's almost. We were talking about this a little bit earlier before the cast started, but it's like the level of class resentment that I have in my heart.
Absolutely.
From doing this job. Oh my God, dude. I feel like I'm fucking like a fucking British serf, and I fucking despise the king and his riches. Like, that's how I feel. Especially when I find out I'm moving a fucking trust fund kid or something like that.
I'm out.
Like,
I don't give a shit.
Dude, my buddy Jared
Especially when
Robinson,
he's sitting there with his fucking girlfriend, dude. And
dude,
he's
tell
watching.
me that fucking story.
I moved this fucking mom and her dad and the dad into a fucking $3 million home in Bend, Oregon. The fucking son was sitting there with his girlfriend. He's like 26 years old, like the same age I am.
So living with his parents.
Live with his parents.
Obviously.
I'm moving his Gibson 355 fucking semi-hollow fucking guitar.
Jesus.
That's a $3,500 guitar into his fucking room.
Yeah.
And there's probably more. I don't know. But
I'm
moving his musical equipment, and he's just like, look how much of an artist I am while I hang on my fucking tapestries and shit. And I'm like, I'm putting your bed together, and you're sitting there with your girlfriend, dude. Am I not emasculating you right now? Do you feel no shame?
Dude, you know what, man? It's so interesting sometimes, like, how much... Like, I feel like that should be more emasculating, but I moved these 3 theater girls, like these college girls, like USC theater chicks, right? And, dude, their fucking boyfriend, or one of the girls' boyfriends, is just like, you know, fucking clearly never done a fucking hard day's work in his fucking life, kid.
Well, that...
Like, the kid was like, he wouldn't get off the fucking couch. He was watching us do everything. His fucking girlfriend and her friends are talking about the patriarchy in another room because they're fucking college girls, and dude, like, and I'm just like, how dare you talk about the patriarchy while men are moving your things because you were physically unable to? But that's beside the point. Fucking dude, this dude, like,
it's not real.
Dude, like, he's got this fucking like pretentious ass fucking coffee, like from some fucking weird USC shop, and he's fucking like. He sits it on this fucking, like, dresser thing. As I'm fucking rapping. Like, sits it on there and is talking to his fucking chicks. And I was just like, bro, can you move your coffee? And he didn't fucking pay attention, as if to reinstate the fact that it's like this man is privileged as a motherfucker and doesn't even see the poor. Can't even see me. And then fucking, like, I just move it off. And he's like, bro, you touched my coffee? I was like, I'll throw you through the fucking window, dude. I'll throw you through the fucking
You think I care about this job?
Yeah, no. It's like, I'll lose this job and go get another one.
I used to joke about that shit with the dudes on the work where I'd be like, if I crash this truck right now, I'm literally taking off the polo and I'm just walking away.
Yeah, I'm fading into the fucking
I never
woods
worked there.
like
what are you talking about? I didn't work there.
Dude, I thought about... I had a couple road rage incidents when I was a pizza delivery guy. Not to completely...
Oh, my God.
But dude, I had a moment where a dude fucking, like... He made me fucking pull over because he pulled in front of me and stopped. This tiny little dude, and he chest bumped into me. And I stopped, and I think I looked at him with so much homicidal rage that it finally calmed him down, because all I was thinking as this dude bumped into me was like, I'm going to take off this Papa John's shirt. I'm going to rip the topper off my car, throw the pizza out, and then choke him to death with my hot bag. I'm going to fucking just murder this dude. with my hot bag.
Oh
man.
my god, dude. Okay, if we can talk about being a mover, the only job worse than being a mover is being a pizza delivery guy.
Yes, which I did that for a year in Williamsburg, Virginia, which is fucking old colony, ultra old money, dude. And old money people don't give
tip.
up. Dude, they don't tip at all.
Nothing.
Dude, and it was in Williamsburg, Virginia, there are 8 gated communities, by the way. 8.
Yeah, I've been to Colonial Williamsburg,
Yeah.
dude. There are no black people there either.
Yeah, no.
It's not historically accurate.
I delivered pizza to a fucking black dude who it was still in colonial uniform, but he had dropped character because he was at his apartment, like he had just gotten
I
home.
escaped.
Yeah, no, dude. And I opened the door and I looked him up and down, and he went, "Yeah, it's a bullshit job, man." And then he just fucking. He handed me a 20 as a tip, as if to be like, "Don't tell anyone I wear this." And I went back inside.
Okay, my favorite thing about delivering people's pizza is once in a while, very rarely, someone will answer the door and they'll go, "Oh, you must be our pizza." I'm a person. I'm not a fucking pizza. What other job requires a square red bag with a handle? Do you think I'm a fucking plumber? There's no other job that has this bag. This is a uniform. Lady, respect it.
I'm a man in uniform, bitch. What pizza place did you deliver for?
Creekside Pizza in Ashland, Oregon. It was just a little chain store.
Okay, nice. So you had a little chain store. I had to deal with some corporate bullshit.
No, Papa John's. I'd rather kill myself.
I know. I mean, the owner says the N word and stuff. I worked for them. I worked for them like way pre Papa N word. It's like actually I worked for them the year the Super Bowl happened, where Peyton Manning won the Super Bowl and stuff, and fucking Papa John came in and did that weird hug thing with Peyton Manning, and dude, the next day all we could do was talk about like, so do you think he like kidnapped his children or something? Like what the fuck was that? Like it was so creepy.
Oh, that's some weird shit, dude. Like, literally an entire business is going to fall apart because he said the N-word. What is going on? I've delivered 100 pizzas. No one ever said the N-word once.
Yeah. Dude, I know. Especially in Papa John's. It's like, most of the places are fucking franchised, too. A lot of people don't even know that. Like, a lot of them aren't even owned by the corporate. Like, we were franchised out. So, in other words, the dude that owned our particular Papa John's owned 10,000 of them. And he lived in Atlanta, Georgia. Like most people,
wow.
Yeah, he just bought the name because old sociopath McGee, fucking Papa John, old Sody Pop man, by the way.
I've worked for a couple corporations, and it's really interesting to me because like working for Creekside, the little pizza place I worked for, that's where I bartended too.
Oh, what is it? Because okay, so you delivered pizzas and it was a bar too.
Dude, it was a bar.
Yeah.
Like it was in Ashland, Oregon, which is the big Oregon Shakespeare Festival place.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
So it has Southern Oregon University, and it's a very small college town.
Yeah.
But the town itself doesn't actually acknowledge the college scene there. So there are only a couple of bars that are open after midnight because they don't have like, you're a college kid, here's a student discount. They don't like college kids. They want to be like this affluent, we're Shakespeareans, and this is what we approve of.
Right, we're thespians.
And we were one of the few bars that were open till 1 a.m. And so we would get, college kids would go crowd to crowd, bar to bar to bar, and eventually end up at our space till eventually it was just like kick everyone the fuck out till the end of the last place. And that's where I really learned the understanding of like what it means to work in the service industry.
Oh, okay.
Because like you would have the other bartenders from some of the few other bars in town come to your bar.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And you'd see them and you'd be like, cool.
Right? Oh, dude,
like,
I love that.
Whiskey? I got you.
I got you, man.
I take care of you. But then when you go to their bar, they'd see you.
Yep.
And you'd be like, this fucking drink is strong as shit. I can't drink it.
No, man. Dude, I fucking miss that about bar life, or at least because I was a bouncer for a long time.
Dude, I was the bar.
Did you do bouncing work too?
The one guy who was the bouncer, I love him to death, a great guy, but he was 6 inches shorter than me and smaller than me.
Yeah.
And anytime he'd be like, Keaton, someone wants to get forcibly removed. I'm like, all right.
You'd be the one to do it.
Great. Let's do it.
Oh, dude, I did. I did a lot of bouncing jobs and stuff like that, and I enjoy them in a lot of ways because I think it's easier just to talk people down. But at the same time, man, there's almost nothing better than physically throwing a full-grown man out of a fucking bar.
I'm gonna be sexist as shit for a minute.
Just a minute.
Excuse me. There's nothing better than throwing a very well-dressed, beautiful woman out of a bar.
Because she's just obliterated, right?
She doesn't give a shit.
Oh,
and
dude.
the best move I had was she's like, I'm not fucking going. I'm not going.
Yep, I've gotten that before.
You take her drink. That's what you do. You pour it on her shoes. She's going home whether she likes it or not.
That's a gangster move.
He assaulted me. That. I poured ice on your shoes, bitch. What are you gonna do?
Dude, I had a woman.
I had a woman spit in my face.
I've had that happen. That was at a comedy show.
I picked her up by the fucking arms, and I was like, "Are you joking me?
Yeah,
I could throw you through the window."
Dude, that's another thing. Like, I feel like not only with comedy, I get heckled the most by drunk women. The most, because it's like most men at least have this like I don't know. Even if they're a big man, they're like, this is a mutually assured destruction situation. It's just like, if I fight this man, he's gonna hurt me. Even if I kill him, you know what I mean?
The man put up a fight.
Yes, and so like
I love the female heckler, dude,
because they know that, like, dude, they don't have. I had a woman fucking overhand throw a shot glass at my fucking
Holy
face,
shit.
dude. Yeah, it was this.
They don't even do that in softball, and that's their sport.
Yeah, that's true. It's very league of their own, you know. Fucking just
WNBA, I'm pretty sure is doing the grandma shot.
That's how they do their free throws. It's a fact. It's a fact. You guys know that?
No, but dude, hit me up on Instagram. I'm sexist as shit.
Dude, that's another thing. Like, it's so hard not to be sexist on a manual labor job, and especially like I said before. Well, that, and especially not to be a fucking womanizing piece of shit, at least from a visual perspective. Like, I'm not talking about even saying anything to women, anything like that. But, dude, when you're in that fucking truck and the load up is done, and you're all fucking sweaty, you're jacked up, and you're fucking, dude, and if you see, especially here in Hollywood, man, all the fucking gorgeous women jogging around and stuff, you see a woman jogging around, every dude in the truck is just going, like you're just fucking, you've reverted to some sort of cave person, and you're just like, woman.
It's the most primal instinct, dude. That's where my comedy came out.
No shit.
Was in the truck.
Oh yeah, dude.
You got
truck talk.
You got four dudes loaded in the cab of a truck for 2.5 hours.
Sweaty. Fucking.
What are you going to talk about?
You're going to talk about women.
You're going to talk about women. You're going to talk about the Brett Kavanaugh shit you've done to women.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the fucking. We
had one dude talking about one time he ate an edible. That's all he did. I don't excuse edibles. That's not that bad. Right. But he's like, I ate an edible and I'm at this party and all of a sudden I pull my dick off. I start jerking off in front of everyone. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, it was an edible, okay? You didn't do mushrooms.
So, yeah, you didn't fucking do some PCP, man. Like,
fucking asshole.
I've eaten a lot of edibles in my day and I've never started jerking off in public.
He's just like, I couldn't stop. I'm like...
Oh, come on.
Okay, you move to the outside seat because I'm the one of you sitting next to me.
Oh yeah, dude. We worked with this dude named Josh, and like the more tired he would get, the more like his tired was almost like most men's like drunk. You know what I mean? Like it became a truth serum, and he would just start unloading all this fucking crazy stuff to you, man. And one time he was like, "Yeah, man, me and my girl just got really into anal play," and I was like, "Fine, whatever you're into, bro." But then he'd just be like, yeah, man, and so we got a gram of Coke, and I put the whole gram of Coke in a turkey baster with water and shot it in my asshole. And I'm like, bro! So you trying to kill yourself? And he was just like, and I just stood up, I couldn't feel any of my insides. And I'm like, how are you alive? Holy shit. And then he was like, now, honestly, dude, I can't really do any of my drugs not rectally. Like, don't tell me this. I don't need to know any of this.
That's the Super Saiyan 3. I can only put it up my ass.
You've transcended to a level beyond Super Saiyan.
I will go sober and full Mormon as soon as I can only put it up my asshole.
Oh yeah, the moment that nothing affects me anymore until it's in my butt, then I think I'm done. You know, I think I've done enough.
I still can't imagine that shit where it's like soak a tampon in vodka, shove it up your ass, man.
Dude, that sounds crazy, and especially women. Like women, fucking. Dude, seriously, like that was a huge college girl thing in Ohio State. There was a couple girls that fucking died because they took a tampon, soaked it in fucking vodka, and put it up their old hoo-ha.
It's direct to it's direct to your liver.
But yeah, well,
Not
yeah,
to your
no,
liver, to your bloodstream.
yeah,
the liver
it
doesn't process it. Sorry,
bypasses your
that's
fucking liver.
completely inaccurate.
Yeah.
It's like, how badly do you need to get fucked up that bad?
Yeah.
Have you ever done 10 shots of Patron?
Oh, dude, yeah. Dude, anyone of any size, you do 10 shots of Patron in a fucking
You're
round,
done.
You're fucking probably blacking out.
No one can beat that. Michael Phelps cannot beat the 10 Patron test.
Dude, no one can. First of all, Patron's a motherfucker too. If you're not
take
careful.
care of you.
Yeah, so it's like I heard a lot of the things it was like these athlete girls or these cheerleaders who didn't want to fucking ingest any calories. So in other words, they were fucking butt chugging.
Whores. Just eat a calorie.
Or smoke some.
We like bigger girls.
Or
Grow
smoke
up.
some
It's
pot,
2018.
Or do some blow or some Xanax. You know what I mean? Like an adult. All right, we don't need to pour things into our buttholes, guys.
Dude, I've been working on that joke about like shit might be bad in 2018, but white women's asses have never been bigger. So you know, there's things to look forward to, man.
Dude, that's so true, man. We were talking about this a little bit earlier because we are attracted to mesomorphic women. We are attracted to,
God,
dude,
I love a
gym
female
girls.
who works out.
Oh my god,
Natasha Aughey or something. Her name is Aughey or something. She's Canadian.
Yeah.
I love her. I love a big girl.
She like fitness chick.
Yeah, like big. She fucking does more pull-ups than I can. I love her.
Damn.
I love her. And my roommates make fun of me. They're like, her shoulders are huge. It's like cuddling a guy. I'm like, great. She could wear a strap on, press it up against my lower back. I want to be the little spoon. I want to be the little spoon.
Dude, you know what? I just respect. I feel like because I dated a girl who was fucking like 89 pounds, right? Like
Jesus
5'2".
Christ.
I know.
I've never dated a girl that small.
Really?
I love bigger girls, dude. I love a bigger girl.
That's fair. I mean, I gave it a go, and dude, like we couldn't even cuddle without her going, ow, ow. And it's like, it's like, dude, I'm fucking 6 foot 235. You know what I mean? Like I can't not hurt people that small. It's like I can't even touch you. Like I've had fucking comics where I'll shake their hand before they go on stage, like especially after a move, and they'll go, ow. Like, men,
you let them have a set?
But yeah.
You shouldn't be welcome
Okay.
here. I think we need stricter rules and better regulations at the fourth wall. No beta males.
Oh, no beta males. Then there gonna be no more stand-up comedians.
Fuck them, dude. I'll do 45 minutes. I don't give a shit. I'll pay $50 a night.
That's another thing. We may have addressed it a little bit earlier, but I want to go more in depth with it, though. It's just the amount of, like, and I respect it, especially out here. There's a lot. Did you ever move out here or no? You never did any moving jobs?
No.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, actually, I did.
Did you?
When I first got here, I couldn't find work. The only work I could find was like people I knew were moving. So I moved their shit for them.
Gotcha.
And they'd be like, how are you so good at this? And I'd be like,
oh, yeah, no. Oh, when I went back to Ohio after working for Joe's for a while, I moved 3 of my friends. And like, dude, like, even though they didn't expect me in any way to like take charge, I got there and I went, all right, boxes first, then mattresses, gonna pay them with the box. Like, you just like,
that's the job.
Yeah.
Boxes in the mom's attic, mattress against, ratchet strap, hold them in place. Any other loose stuff I have is gonna go up on top there. I'm gonna put armoire
Package,
stuff on the
fill it.
side. I'm gonna do build up on the sides, fill it in the middle, secure it.
Yep. Oh, well, yeah, we would have hired you as a driver.
That was my favorite shit, dude. Because I used to get super excited because I'd like fill the truck. I'd be like, everyone come here for a sec. Everyone come here. Look at that shit! It's fucking perfect. That's me. I did that. You guys didn't do shit.
Dude, there's a great. I don't know if it exists anymore. My buddy Leroy hopefully has it on his phone. Where I packed a truck where you couldn't shimmy a fucking piece of paper in between any sides of it, dude.
And you're just like,
full Tetris fill that motherfucker, and you just look at it like, I am more than a man.
You go full gorilla, just rah, rah, I dare you.
No, dude, you get so fucking stuck.
I fucking loved it, dude. It was my
so
favorite
good,
part. When my job used to be is I would have like if I was the foreman, I had 3 crew members, right? I'd have the 3 crew members bring shit to the truck,
Right.
And they're like, okay, it's on the truck. Do you need any other help? I'm like, no.
No, you get the fuck off my truck.
Get out of here, because I'm gonna slide it in place. I'm gonna ratchet strap it. They're like, it looks beautiful. I'm like, because you weren't here. That's why it looks beautiful.
I had a couple movers, the crew dudes who they were good fucking movers and stuff, and like maybe they even could have been drivers on their own. But I was so fucking prideful of my fucking pack jobs that I would be like, I don't care if you three sit there and smoke fucking cigarettes and have a beer. I don't give a shit. It's like, I'm gonna pack this truck, and it's gonna look fucking gorgeous, and nothing's gonna break, nothing's gonna slide. It's gonna be beautiful.
You ever broken someone's stuff?
I've broken a lot of shit Walmart mirrors, and the only thing I ever broke on me. It was a big fucking giant IKEA wooden cabinet. I know, fuck IKEA, yeah. Particle board, the whole fucking deal. And I'm going backwards up steps, and I'm talking to one of the movers as we go up. And steps are fine, but this one it was like full step, but right before the full step, half step. Little half step, motherfucker, right? Yeah. Even a third step, I would call it. And I'm like about to move my foot up above the full step. Forget about that half step. Catches my fucking heel, and then this giant fucking like 8 foot tall, like 3 foot wide, huge cabinet. Like I tried to fucking brace it, but instead, I still for the longest time had a line bruise that almost looked like I fucking got a circle tattoo around my leg. Because it fucking hit there, shattered on my hip, and then fucking the bottom of my leg just smushed against one of the stairs. Fuck. And like it's one of those things.
And there's nothing you can do when you're on the stairs.
No, man, you just fall.
We at one point had to be like, we're not moving pianos anymore.
Which is we did that as well. But what was your piano incident where you fucking?
We were moving a piano out of a house. Yeah. The driveway didn't meet to where the piano was. Yeah. So we had to back the truck up onto like 15 feet of wet grass. Oof. Wet grass.
That's fucking...
That's sliding potential. Yeah. You don't want to fall underneath the piano. Jeez. And it's upright piano. So we used to do a lot of like piano removals where we take them to whatever thrift store we could get rid of them. Right. But we're moving them. And every time it was just like it would just be like, we can't move this without going 3 feet and having to rest. Right. Because we had to go up the ramp.
They're so fucking heavy.
And there's no reason for them. Get a keyboard.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit.
What's wrong with you? Get a keyboard or an organ.
Yeah. Or if you're going to get a piano, go full blown piano.
We never moved a grand piano.
Never moved a grand. I've never even actually I've shimmied a grand piano from one side of the room to another. That's fair, but it still took 6 fucking guys to pick this thing up. They're absurd.
The crazy thing about it, man, was like right before I worked at the moving company, I worked at a thrift store.
Oh, okay.
So the thrift store was really eye-opening in the sense that it was like once a week we would go to the dump and drop off a metric ton of stuff. Yeah.
You're literally a fucking...
Just stuff you couldn't sell.
Right.
Ripped T-shirts, broken plates, blenders that didn't work. And I went from that to working for the moving company. And it was like, you go to the moving company and they'd be like, we can't take this with us. We're going to throw it away. And it was like, we live in such a culture of just like dismantling and throwing stuff away. It was like, we don't need any new shit. Yeah. That's why IKEA is so disgusting to me.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because you go there and it's like, we don't need new stuff. Go to a thrift store, buy something.
That's true, man. And dude, IKEA makes it so sad, too, because it's like, it is almost indicative of our culture and how we treat a lot of things now, especially like with iPhones and stuff like that. It's like, this will last a year and a half. Your IKEA stuff, it's going to last
2 moves.
I was going to say, either 1 move if it's truly shitty and you've had it sit in the same place for too long, or 2 moves. And then you try to move that 3rd time, man, it's gone.
That's particle board. We used to have sign-off waivers for particle board.
Oh, did you? I don't know that we ever did that.
Particle board shelf. It would be like, sign off for this if it's particle board, because if we move this, you are more than likely we're going to damage this and it's going to fall apart.
It's impossible not to, man.
It's not going to hold up. But that's what's crazy is you go to thrift stores, you can get real old school craftsmanship, pure wood drawers, shelves, whatever you need.
Yeah. And do beautifully made stuff that'll last for like longer than you probably live.
It's lasted since the 70s. It's in the thrift store. Yeah. But we just throw it away, and it's crazy to me. And that's what was the saddest part about it is you'd watch these people get fucking furious about the bullshit they were buying. And then at one point they'd be like, I'll just buy a new one anyway.
Yeah, I know. And that's almost, it almost makes you fucking sad because it's like, do we really even value anything anymore? You know what I mean? Like in a material way, like, or not even a material way, just in general. Like, I almost in a way envy the girls who would get really anal about their stuff because at least they had a fucking emotional attachment to something. You know what I mean?
I love an anal girl with an emotional attachment.
Oh, sorry. Especially if she's got that ass. You know?
Oh my God.
It's reverting every time. I love it.
Hashtag me too.
On the big ass. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I think I'm gonna get flagged for this one.
Oh really?
No, I don't get.
Is this the first one? I hope I am. I hope I'm the first fucking one to get flagged.
Oh my God, I'm gonna fucking make you a medal if this one gets flagged.
We can keep going, dude. You want to go deeper?
No, we can't go that fucking deep. Oh, trust me, we can go so deep. It'll be. Plus, we got about 10 minutes left in the fucking this podcast, and I want to get some fucking some goodness out of you. Okay, first I want to tell you a good story about an impossible item, and I hope you've got some good impossible item moving stories because we had one. It was this rich dude. It was this guy who was this. Everyone who worked for him was gay, and he was also gay. One of these dudes who was on like millionaire listings, one of those fucking or $1 million home listings, one of those fucking dudes, like the reality show. Super fucking gay dude. Owned all these super incredible Hollywood Hills homes, right? And he would furnish them himself, and everything that rich people buy for whatever reason is fucking glass. It's fucking heavy as balls, and it's very easy to break. Essentially, he had a 10-foot. Had 8-legged table. The frame was iron, and the wrapping was glass. Whole thing glass. And I'm not joking when I say it took 6 guys for us to move it. I mean, and not even move it well. Like, I had to be on one end, the other biggest guy had to be on the other end. And when we fucking tabletopped it over to fucking get it through doors and stuff like that. And by the way, the dude had extra wide doors. It's the only way we can even get it in. Yeah. But we still had to fucking spine the thing up. The moment we set it to the side, it took every fucking ounce of strength you have to hold it up. And then it took a couple extra of these dudes' workers to keep the fucking thing stabilized. And it's like, why does anything like that exist? You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
And dude, yeah, we had to move it in and out, wrap it like you wouldn't even believe, which added even more fucking weight to the thing.
Dude, fucking okay. Impossible items. I became the guy.
Oh yeah, the dude you call in when some shit was happening, right?
When they needed someone,
yeah, they
needed me,
right?
Which is super arrogant to say, but
hey, dude, I get it. I mean, I was always
like,
yeah.
So if I went off in the morning and did a 3-man move in La Pine or something,
yeah.
If I got done at 4, for a couple of weeks, they'd call me and they'd be like, "We need your help." I'm like, "I just got done from 7 to 4."
Jesus.
And they'd be like, "We need your help at this house." Yeah. And I'd show up there. There'd be 6 guys there trying to move stuff.
Yeah.
They got 2 trucks. 2 24-foot trucks, moving stuff into a 3-story home. Jesus. And I'd show up, I'd throw the harness on for the strap, and I'd be like, "Whoever's not tired, get on the other end."
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna move all the big stuff until this is over.
God damn, man.
One of the worst ones.
All right.
2-piece arm, not 2-piece. It was an armoire, 1-piece, walnut.
Oh shit! So like, it didn't even have like the removable top or none of that.
With the decal on the front.
Oh shit! And that didn't even like come the fuck off or anything like that. And it was solid fucking
up a right angle stairs.
Oh no, dude! So you had to fucking do the cut and the. How big was the landing? Was it? It was
4 feet.
That's not enough. That's
like
barely enough.
And you're just
fuck, man.
And you just get it up, and the other guy, I so much fucking respect for him because it's like you held it, dude. You held it. Got him at there, set it at the top of the stairs, switch him out, get another dude in.
Damn.
Move it to the room. And for me, it was just you get to that point where it was just like, "Are you exhaling?" Yes. Yeah. Well, you just do that shit. You're like,
oh yeah, man. You know what I mean? I forget sometimes when I'm moving stuff in general that it's like, you get to a point where, you're fucking fully exhausted and you're just kind of like, you're covered in sweat and you're just breathing as hard as you can. And there would be moments where customers would give me weird looks because I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just, dude, you're working out.
You're doing that joke on stage about moving people's books.
Oh,
we moved this couple. They had 3,000 books.
Why? How many? Okay, did they at least put them in small boxes, or did they
small boxes?
Okay, that's good at least. But
they're moving into his 2-story with the library upstairs. So you know what I did? I had 2 guys rotating back and forth, boxes to the bottom of the stairs. I take 3 at a time up and down the stairs, put them in the library.
God damn, you were full stair runner, dude. How many boxes do you remember?
No idea.
I mean, 3,000 books. Jesus Christ, man.
I wanted to die. Well, I also wanted to die because I was depressed as shit. But
I mean, well, yeah, par for the course.
I just wanted to kill myself, dude. And I was like, maybe if I lift enough and die, then she'll love me again.
Oh, that's so dark and comedic. I love it. By the way, not only a mover, but Keaton McNown is a very fucking funny comic. We are going to wrap this up, though, guys. We started a little extra fucking late, and I could talk to this motherfucker for hours, and I'm sure he will be back on the podcast again to talk more about the fucking war stories that is moving. But you guys, my name is Travis Clyburn. As always, this is the Fourth Wall After Hours podcast. This is Keaton McNown. Keaton, you want to fucking let everybody know your websites and good stuff like that?
Keaton McNown, look me up. I don't give a shit.
McNown, I tagged him in the post. McNinn.
I'm Scottish. What's
Scottish.
up?
McNinn. Yeah, so please look him up, you guys. Check out his stuff. Follow him on Instagram and all that good stuff.